My name is Sarah Gargarino. I'm a mother of three. I have an 18-year-old, a 16-year-old, and a 13-year-old. I'm also a counselor in a middle school, so I'm in the middle school all day working with kids, sitting at a desk, walking the hallways and meetings, up and down, pretty active and busy life. I was raised to be a really strong woman. I was raised to believe that I can do anything that I want to do. I noticed that I was having pain down my left leg and my left glute area. It actually had been going on for quite a while. I just thought maybe rest would help, ice would help, heating pads, ibuprofen, that kind of thing. And the pain just didn't get better. And it in some ways got worse and was persistent. And eventually I just had to make the resolution to myself, it's just time to call, it's time to make an appointment, it's time to take care of me. And so luckily I was able to get in pretty quickly and learn that I had spinal stenosis, and that felt really overwhelming and really scary. I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I was definitely not ready for surgery yet. So I did physical therapy twice a week for about 2 years. And it did help. I got stronger. I did have some resolution of my symptoms. But pretty much every night, by the end of the night, my husband would need to put the kids to bed. I would need to get in bed. I could barely walk. I could barely stand. Every single day, I was in pain. Every single day, I was very uncomfortable by the end of the day. I couldn't sleep through the night very well. I would wake up in pain and discomfort, and after years of that, it was more the straw that broke the camel's back. I just couldn't picture doing that for the rest of my life. Pretty quickly in that first appointment, he was able to determine that I had already done all the things. And so he explained the surgery, the TOPS device, the pros and cons. And I actually just knew from the beginning that if I could have the TOPS device, that is what I wanted. And I felt like the TOPS device would offer me the most flexibility for the longest amount of time, and so it was worth any risk that there might be, and that was definitely something that I was hoping for. I woke up from the surgery, and even that very first day, physical therapy came to the room. I'm still a little groggy, but I do remember working with the physical therapist. I remember being on the walker. I remember taking several steps in the hallway, and I had absolutely zero pain. There was no pain at all. I was warned that part of that might be due to anesthesia, that kind of thing, and yet I no longer had any leg pain once the anesthesia and all of that wore off. In fact, I did so well that physical therapy didn't have me on their schedule to come back and see me because I was walking so well. So to me, it felt like surgery was a huge success because I could always work through the incision pain. That would just take time. Now that I was getting up and about the house, in fact, I used a walker for the first several days to make sure that I had stability and to make sure that I wouldn't fall, but very quickly I was moving around the first floor of my home very well. And so then quickly my muscles were able to become strong and flexible as opposed to tightening on me. I do remember specifically that I started a new job 8 weeks later, and that included going on a retreat with all the middle school students, sleeping in cabins, having a suitcase, eating, in the dining hall, a pretty active retreat in the mountains, and that was just about 8 weeks later. Really, I had to tell my coworkers that I had surgery. No one ever would have guessed that I did. want all their stories about their mom when they're growing up. This part will make me tear up, but a mom who's part of all the stories and not just sitting on the sideline out of fear or out of pain. I'm young, I think I'm young. I want to be active with my kids. I want to still be able to hike and camp and be an active grandmother one day and be able to get on the floor. I want to be able to do all the things. I don't want to throw in the towel at almost 50. I know that without the top surgery, I wouldn't be as active and flexible and pain-free as I am today. I have no question about that.